The salt spray of the sea was the only lullaby Alara had ever known. An orphan raised in the grimy port of Tortuga, she was as beautiful as the rare pearls hawked in the market, and just as overlooked. Her life was a relentless tide of mending cells and scrubbing decks for a pittance, her dreams as vast and distant as the horizon. One sweltering afternoon, a shadow fell over the port, cast by the galleon of the infamous Captain Rich's Thorn. He was a legend whispered in taverns, a billionaire pirate with a king's ransom in treasure, and a heart rumored to be as cold as the gold he hoarded. But when he stepped onto the docks, Alara didn't see a monster. She saw a man with eyes the color of a stormy sea, a man who moved with the grace of a panther and the weariness of 1,000 lifetimes. Their eyes met, and in that fleeting moment, something shifted. Thorn, a man who commanded legions and bent empires to his will, was captivated by the defiant spark in the poor girl's eyes. He saw not a pauper, but a queen in rags. "You have the spirit of a buccaneer," he'd said, his voice a low rumble that sent shivers down her spine. A fire that could burn brighter than any treasure. He offered her a deal, a chance to escape her life of drudgery. "Sail with me," he'd offered, "and the world will be your oyster." But Alara was no one's prize. "I'm not a jewel to be added to your collection, Captain," she'd retorted, her voice shaking but resolute. Fawn, unaccustomed to refusal, was intrigued. Alara's stern rejection made him swore to win her affection. He was going to plot his strategy nicely. Their second meeting was as unlikely as a rainbow in a hurricane. Captain Thorn, known in every port, strode through the mud and squalor of Tortuga not like a pirate, but like a king surveying a kingdom he had no intention of claiming. His coat was cut from the finest velvet, his boots polished to a mirror shine, and the only hint of his trade was the ancient, silver-hilted cutlass at his side. He saw her across a crowded tavern. Alara wasn't a tavern wench or a jewel-draped courtesan. She was quiet, with eyes that held a storm of their own, moving through the chaos with a weary grace that spoke of a life spent surviving. She was patching the torn sail of a fishing skiff, her fingers nimble and sure, oblivious to the world around her. To Thorn, who was used to women who saw him as a vault to be opened, her indifference was more captivating than any gem. He approached her not with a swagger, but with a quiet respect. "That's a strong stitch," he said, his voice a low rumble that cut through the tavern's din. "You have a sailor's hands." Alara didn't look up, knowing it was him from his strong, refined voice. "And you have a king's coat. You're a long way from your throne."